Well, you know, no candy counter is complete without beans, and nobody knows beans better than the Jelly Belly Candy Company. Jelly Belly makes 15 billion jelly beans every year. That's more than 1,000 beans every second. So here's the question. How do they make such realistic flavors? Well, you're about to find out. How can a candy so small
Wow.
have big-time flavor?
It's a root beer float. It's amazing.
Well, here is the Jelly Belly secret.
We use natural ingredients whenever possible. Like if you have a coconut Jelly Belly, it has real coconut flakes. The chocolate pudding has real chocolate. The jalapeno has jalapeno puree.
The flavorful beans were born in 1976.
We came up with 8 different flavors of jelly beans, and they were sold in individual flavors, which really hadn't been done in the past. Usually jelly beans were sold as mixes.
It didn't take long for funky flavors to hit the stores. There's definitely an acquired taste for bizarre belly flavors like toasted marshmallow and buttered popcorn.
Believe it or not, that happens to be the #2 seller in the world, so it is extremely popular.
And you'll never guess how long it takes to make a batch of beans.
It can take 7 to 21 days to make one Jelly Belly jelly bean.
It all starts in Fairfield, California, in the Jelly Belly Candy Kitchen.
We start out by making a slurry with water, corn syrup, sugar, cornstarch. Today we're making peach. And to the peach formulation, we add a tub of peach puree.
Then the hot candy is piped to a depositing room.
So what's happening here is the liquid candy is being deposited into molds made out of starch.
The cornstarch helps prevent the candy from sticking. Each tray holds more than 1,000 beans. Every minute, 28 trays fill with candy.
And those molds will go into a curing room overnight, solidify and become the jelly portion of the bean center.
On day 2, the jelly bean centers are hard enough to hold their shape. They bounce around in a tumbler through a shower of sugar. Then the beans rest overnight again. Day 3 is a big day for the beans. These green beans are getting their candy coating.
We're building up a soft, sugary shell, which has the color and the flavor of kiwi on the outside.
These kiwi jelly beans somersault inside huge kettle drums. In the process called panning, different types of sugar coat the beans one layer at a time.
We start with the granular sugar, similar to what you would use on your table, and then we go finer and finer grades of sugar until the very end we use a powder sugar.
Between the sugar layers, they wet the beans with a flavoring syrup.
The back and forth between the different wettings and the different layers of sugar will build that soft, sugary shell on the outside of the beans.
It takes 2 hours to coat the beans 4 separate times. Then with their brand new bright jackets, these jostle jellies rest yet again. Day 4 is all about finishing touches. Inside giant bins, 500 pounds of jelly beans are coated with a sugar syrup to enhance their color. Once again, the beans rest overnight to let the glaze set. On day 5, they head to the printer. And get this, only the perfect beans get the Jelly Belly stamp of approval. The rejected beans are called belly flops. Using white food coloring, a roller prints the logo onto 20,000 Jelly Bellies every minute. More involved flavors like margarita, wild blackberry, and sour flavors will cure for another 2 weeks to get their flavor just right.
It's amazing that there is so much flavor in that little bean. It tastes like what it is.
That tastes good.